Hi, I'm Tanya, and I am the owner of liveWELL Press. And we've had a lot of questions about our 2016 planners. We've been doing live Q&As on Periscope and getting questions on Facebook and on Twitter and an email. So I thought it would be easy to put these together and give you my top 10 questions that we've received and give you answers so you have a quick little reference so you can see if you can find the answers you need. Are you ready? We're going to go fast because there are 10. So here we go. Number 10, how are the planners made? And that's a great question because our planners are designed with a nice hard cover on the front and the back. And you can see it's kind of like a hardbound book in that it's nice and sturdy. It's easy to throw in a purse or to have sitting on the front seat of your car or wherever. And it has a nice matte laminate coating on it, which makes it water resistant. So if something spills on it in the kitchen, you can easily wipe it up. If you get a little bit of dirt on there, you can use a damp cloth to just wipe that off. It also includes our wire O binding, which I am really proud of. When you're binding books together, this is really one of the highest quality products you can get. I love it because it opens up and folds nice and flat. So when you're writing, it makes writing much, much easier. It also allows our books to be folded over on themselves. So that way you can write when you don't have a desk, maybe you're writing in your lap, it works great for that. We use a nice, thick, sturdy gauge of wire so they won't bend easily. Okay. Question 9, what kind of paper do we use? Now, I know a lot of you have asked because you hear a lot about our paper because paper quality is so important to us. You're writing in this, so it needs to feel beautiful when you're writing. And I am very, very happy to tell you our paper is exactly the same as it was last year. In both our A5 and our bound planners, we use 140 GSM paper. For those of you who are unfamiliar, that's about equivalent to 100-pound paper. So a lot of people like to use this for stamping, all kinds of pens because you're not getting any bleed through. So let me show you what I mean. Here's one of our pages, and you can see I've written on this paper here with a Sharpie permanent marker. And I don't recommend Sharpie permanent marker for any paper, really, because it bleeds through everything. But here I've written with this Sharpie permanent marker, and you can see if I flip open this page and I put this Sharpie page underneath, you don't see any bleed through from the page above, do you? Because the paper is nice and thick. So you're not going to see what you wrote the day before, and that is really important to us. So we're using the same paper as last year. I know that makes a lot of you very, very happy. Okay, question 8. How are the layouts different? So we have 2 layouts for our bound planners. We have the Classic and the Flex, and I'm going to show you a few examples of each. For the most part, the planners are very, very similar. They have the same extra pages, the same hardcovers, the same binding, and all of that. The difference is really in those weekly spreads. So our Flex is horizontal, and here's some examples of how you can set up the Flex. So you can see you can divide it very easily, and it works great for those of you who love to plan horizontally. The Classic has the layout like this, so it is vertical. So you can see if you're a person who likes to make lists, this works great for you. You can see lots of different ways to divide up the Classic. And you'll notice that on both of them, they both have these 3, we call them daily boxes, 3 daily boxes for each day. So on the Flex, it's there on the right-hand side, and on the Classic here at the bottom. So that is exactly the same, that you have those daily boxes. That's the main difference between the 2. Okay, question number 7. Extra pages. What are the extra pages that come with the planner? So our planners come with this important date section here at the front, and this of course is great for writing down things like birthdays and anniversaries, but also important things coming up in your life. Then we have the goal setting pages, which are these 2 pages. We've gone more in depth with goal setting this year, which I'm going to be talking about more in just a minute. And of course we have the monthly mission boards, and here's a couple of those. Each of our mission boards has its own little monthly mantra, we call it, its own little monthly saying to kind of help and push you along each month. And then we have this back section here with our gift list, which is great for wrangling gift ideas. Here's some travel pages. So this is great for vacation days or if your significant other travels and you want to keep track of where they are. It also works great if you travel for business. Then we have the books and movies section, which is a great place to curate your list of books that have been recommended to you or movies that you've read about. So you can keep a running list of those here. And then we have the bill tracker page here, which works great for those of you who want to keep on track with paying your bills, make sure your bills are being paid on time, and have financial goals. And then we have 44 pages of notes. 44, which I love because I am a note taker. So we have 3 pages in each month, and then we have this back section here with additional ones. So a total of 44 pages throughout the entire planner. So I think you're going to be really happy with that if you are a note-taking type of person. Okay, question number 6, accessories. What kind of accessories do we have? Now, let me begin by telling you the mission behind Inkwell Press is really to create beautiful organizational products for women that empower you and make you feel good at the end of the day and about your planning. So everything we create, from the planners and the books to the notepads to the accessories, has to have that mission in mind because I really want to make sure everything that we're creating helps you and empowers you to feel good about what you're getting done. So we have created a couple of really, really great accessories. We have these stickers, which coordinate really nicely with all the different color schemes. I love to use these on my monthly spread and sometimes on my weekly spread to help accentuate different activities that are going on. And there are lots of different shapes in here. It's kind of hard to see on these, but there's a hexagon and some flags. And I have a whole video kind of showing what is included with those stickers. Then, of course, we have this roller stamp, which works really well with those daily boxes. Last year we had those labeled, as I mentioned before, with home, meals, and fitness. Now, if you want to label them with something or leave them blank, you could leave them blank, but we have this so that I can help you label those daily boxes. We also have these pencils. So I love planning with pencils, and I love the art of writing with pencils. So I wanted to find some pencils that really worked well and work with that high quality that we really want to associate ourselves with. So we customize these pencils with some fun little planner sayings, but they are really nice, high quality. And then, of course, we have these beautiful sewn books, which I am in love with. You'll notice they have the sewn binding here, so they are going to stay nice and together. So they are a great size because you can easily toss these in your purse, leave it in your glove box. These are great for taking notes on the go. But really, they are designed to fit perfectly in that accordion pocket at the back of our planner. So if you have a bound planner, you could easily throw them in there. Then you'll notice they have lots of gold foiling and beautiful gold accents. I think you're going to be really happy with these. Okay, moving on to question number 5. Are we doing brand new setup videos? Absolutely, and I am really, really excited about the setup videos for this year because we are going even more in depth with our goal setting and our creating systems. We go through talking about setting up the planner and the different parts of the planner and getting that all ready to go, but we really dig deep and start talking a little bit about balance in your life and how you're going to achieve your goals. So I think you're going to be really pleased with those. Those are included with our planners. After you purchase your planner, you'll start receiving emails from us with these videos. So we have a series of 6, and they have their own sets of exercises and activities and downloads that go along with those. Okay, question 4, moving right along. I know we've still got a few more to go. Question number 4, what is different in the 2016 planner? And there are a lot of changes that we are really, really happy with. Everything we've done, every modification, every change that we have made has been a reaction to your feedback. We love to see how you're using these planners on Instagram and Facebook. We read your emails. We keep files of what you tell us. We love to change our planners to work and fit your lifestyles. So here's a couple of the changes. You'll notice it's a new smaller size, and if you look at the 2015 compared to the 2016, you'll notice it's smaller. This makes it a little more portable and, of course, a little more lightweight because it's smaller. What's great, though, is that the section that you're writing in for the most part, those daily sections of your weekly spread, we left that main writing space the same size. So you're not going to notice a big difference in writing space in those areas. You'll notice we talked about this, that there is no titles on the daily boxes. Last year, we had those labeled as home, meals, and fitness. And we saw that a lot of you were using these as business planners or as journals or as planners for specific items or things in your lives. So we wanted to give this a little more flexibility so you could use those daily boxes the way that works best. So you could easily use them as blanks and fill them in each week, or you could use that roller stamp that I showed you a few minutes ago to add titles to them. Then, of course, we have the classic layout. Now, last year we had times on our classic layout, and so many of you said, I love the idea of making lists, and I love vertical planning, but I don't need the times, or can we start the times at different, I want to start it earlier, or I want to start it later. So we decided that if we left this empty without the times, but we left you space for the times, you could use this the way that works best for you. Don't put any times on there if you don't want to. Or if your day starts at 4 a.m., start your day at 4 a.m. If your day doesn't start until 6 p.m. because you work at night, start it at 6 p.m. This works really well. You'll also notice that we have doubled the amount of lines, so there's even more writing space in this classic layout. We do have 4 new color schemes for this year. We have Gelato, Neapolitan, Caribbean, and Dreamsicle. So every planner has these 4 color schemes, and they rotate. So you'll see each of these color schemes 3 times throughout the year. We do have 2 new pages, which we kind of touched on a little bit earlier. We have the new goals page that goes more in depth with your yearly goals, and we have that bill tracker page that we talked about earlier also. We have a brand new ruler design, which I'm really excited about because it is very flexible. Look at that. Our planners last year came with a ruler that was really thick, and we thought thicker is better, right? But we found that the teeth sometimes broke off. It was a little too rigid. So we found a new material to make our rulers out of, and you can see they move a lot easier. And we redesigned the teeth, so these should pop in so much easier without any issues with those breaking off. So I think you're going to be really happy with these rulers. Then we have lots of little changes. We have added lines to that monthly at a glance page. There's lines in the notes section. We have new fonts. We've simplified several of our layouts and a few other things throughout. Everything we did is based off of your feedback. So it's all in reaction to what we hear and what we see you guys doing. And of course, our biggest change is our A5 inserts. So that is a brand new product, and it is a liveWELL A5 insert. So let's talk about those for just 1 minute. The question number 3 is, how is the A5 different from the bound planner? And that's a great question. So the A5 is, of course, a smaller paper size, and it's designed to fit in a 6-ring binder just like this. They come punched with 6 holes, so they should work perfectly in any of your 6-ring binder systems. It has the same paper as the bound planner, so it's that same 140 GSM paper with no bleed through, and they do come in the flex layout, so that horizontal layout. All the pages we talked about, except for one, are included in the A5 insert. And that one page is our bill tracker page. And that's just because of the size of the fonts. It didn't really work shrinking it down and making it fit in here. But the good news is, if you really want the bill tracker, we have it available as a free download. So no worries if you're an A5 user and you want to have the bill tracker. So it includes all those pages, and then it also includes dividers. And the dividers have a Mylar coating on the tabs. So the order of the pages is slightly different because we did make sure that the dividers were able to be pulled out or changed out, because I know a lot of you like to switch these out. So we'll talk about that. We have a whole video designed just for the A5 planner. So if you want more information on that, you can see even more of that on our A5 insert video. Okay, let's talk back about the bound planners, okay? On our bound planners, what's included in those, right? Question 2. The hardbound planners come with hardcover, of course, that we talked about, and it has this attached elastic band, so it helps keep it closed. It's always attached, so it's not going to walk away and it's not going to get lost. We have the double-sided pocket folder, which is great for wrangling papers, and of course the accordion pocket back here, which works for putting, maybe sheets of stickers in here, or even like putting that sewn book that we designed to go in there. All of our tabs are coated in Mylar. And that's true of both of our planners, the inserts and the bound. Mylar is a nice thick material that works a lot better and is considered stronger than laminate. So it's not laminated, they're actually Mylar coated. All the extra pages are included. That ruler and page marker that I just showed you, that is also included. And then of course, 44 pages of notes are included. So 3 pages for each month of notes, along with a note section in the back. Which brings us to question number 1. What is the price? So that's always the bottom line, right? So we have our bound planners that include all those things we just discussed, and I'm really, really happy that we were able to make these upgrades, make these modifications and changes, everything based off your feedback, while keeping the price the same as it was last year. Same price as last year, $54. Our inserts, which come with the dividers and the pages, are $29. So I know a lot of you talked about wanting to get multiple planners, getting a bound one and getting one for your inserts. So that is great. You can definitely get both of those. $29 for the inserts and $54 for our bound planners. So I hope that helps answer a lot of your questions. We'll be doing lots of live Q&As on Periscope. Be sure to check my schedule there at inkwellpress.com/live to see when I'm going to be on Periscope. I hop on there other times too, but that's a great place to check my schedule. You can hop into our Facebook group, which is the Inkwell Press Society, post on our Facebook page, or email us at hello@inkwellpress.com. We're always happy to answer your questions. All right, happy planning.